Does make me think about also the sense of autonomy, and culture to culture things definitely vary. But one thing is for sure, that at the layer of our managers, at the layer of our mid layer of management, it's tough for sort of them to be able to sort of navigating the expectation of the organization, at the same time being able to support their employees, right? But one thing from an employee's perspective, which is really, really important, is in order to feel safe, is that sense of autonomy, that sense of agency, right? Which right now is very nicely coming up on the presentation as well with some statistics for those of you who are interested in that. But the question that again I'd like to put back to the group, especially maybe Linda, is how do we make sure that with the expectations of the organization, that sense of agency, that sense of autonomy is sort of given back to the employee? And that can be in both sense, right? The autonomy in terms of, okay, I have deliverables, but I also need to now log off and go back home, right? Because there is life to go to. But at the same time, in the work itself, when the manager is saying, hey, I really need this done, and now there are different types of managers. Some managers like to, keep looking at that work again and again, while versus there are managers who are like, okay, it's okay, you do your thing. But then as an HR specialist, your job then becomes to sort of foster that agency, right? That let people do their thing on their own time. So how do you, Linda, then navigate that at your workplace? How do you support managers and help them upskill themselves in terms of supporting the employees to have more autonomy?
Okay. So one of the things that has to be clear from the beginning between manager and subordinates should be expectations. So as a manager, what is my expectation of you at the end of the day? I know we work hybrid. With the way we work hybrid, and there is so much autonomy that we do not necessarily supervise people. You find that sometimes you're managing a team that is 100 kilometers from you. So how are you going to make sure that the urgency is recognized, that if I give you a task, you have to deliver by this time? So there are a number of approaches you could use, but one of them is have clear expectations. This is what I want us to achieve by this date. Have clear deadlines, set deadlines, and also with expectation. And also I think checking in with the person can work. If it is okay with you, you can always check in. If let's say the deadline is within a week, I can check in on you every 2 days to say, hey, hi, how far are we with this? And do you need my help? Also, ensuring that my subordinate feels that I am there to support them. I'm not only needing this, but I'm going to give you the knowledge you need. I'm going to make sure you're trained, you have all the tools that you need to deliver, and then I'm going to be there to support you. So I think this not only gives you the motivation to do the what you're supposed to do, but also it gives you sense of belonging as a subordinate of, okay, I'm doing this. As much as my manager is checking on me, they're not checking on me to put me under pressure, but they're checking on me to show that they are there to support me, they are concerned. So I think that is one of the approaches that I use, and that probably I've seen most of my managers use. One is setting clear expectations. There should be open communication. Of course, the other person should know when is the deadline, and also quality, because now with urgency also you have to, as a manager, you need to know what kind of quality do I need from this person, and also to know my team. If I need this and I need it to be done well, let's say there are contracts where you cannot make errors, because you can make the whole company be liable over one mistake of maybe a wrong probation date, maybe something was miscaptured. So To ensure quality, some things as a manager, if you know these things are urgent but also required to be done perfectly without errors, then you need to plan ahead. If I need this, if I know we have contracts that probably are ending next month, I shouldn't wait up until the end of this month to say, hey, I need review documents for this person, and then to know if this person is going to get an extension or get terminated or all this and this. If I know I need this urgently, I'm going to say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'll be asking for these documents 2 months prior, so that people have time to do it perfectly, and then by the time I need it at the end of the month, this person had a whole month to do this. So I think also the time, however, I know there are those ad hoc activities that come up, you did plan it, it's something urgent, it is required. So for that, I could say 2 heads are better than 1. If it's urgent but it also requires to be done without any errors, you're going to need another person to help out. You're going to need at least people to proofread, people to help you, to delegate, people to work with you to make sure that this is completed.